Why do I work hard but still fail? Why do I work harder than anyone else? Why do I work so hard for nothing? If you search up why do I work hard, these are the top results. Ask your student self why you work hard. Is it because you want to get into a certain school or position that will bring you prestige? Is it because you want to prove something to your parents or live up to external expectations? Is it because you're pressured by your peers? If you answered one or more, you're working hard for the wrong reasons. But don't worry. All of us have felt some sort of pressure to mold our lives differently from how we would ordinarily live. In fact, in the 1950s, a psychologist named Solomon Asch conducted an experiment to find out just how much external pressure affects a person. One participant was placed in a room with 7 stooges, where the participant assumed the other 7 were participants as well. Each person had to answer a task where the answer was incredibly obvious, like this line task. The stooges purposefully gave the wrong answer, and Asch wanted to see if the participant would conform to the majority view. Over the 12 trials, around 75% of participants conformed at least once. Asch concluded that people conform for 2 reasons. They either think the group is better informed than they are, informational influence, or they want to fit into a group, normative influence. As students, we generally feel the latter. And here in the Bay Area, where we grow up in a system that breeds competition, we feel the pressure and stress to conform and succeed even more. The achievements of Silicon Valley and the stories of the incredibly talented individuals here are told across the world. However, confined under the blanket of this talent, the students of the Bay Area tend to be continuously overwhelmed by the success around them. To many, being given the opportunity to work at any of the innovative companies that call Silicon Valley home would be a dream come true. But to us, to those who grew up in this unique community, it is one of the many expectations we have to uphold. We are expected to attend a top 20 college. We are expected to edge out the competition. Some of us are even expected to trade our passions in exchange for a chance to be most successful in the future. This is an example of normative influence. Students may take more AP classes because they see their peers taking more than them and they don't want to get left behind or be seen as less hardworking. A survey at Holderness High School resulted in these responses when asked about why students take AP classes. I feel like I'm not good enough if I don't. If I don't take APs, I'll be considered less smart than everyone else. Over 50% of students said they felt this pressure. Maybe everyone around them is a STEM major, so that's the path they choose to follow rather than following their passions. The New York Times reported that 40% of students who major in STEM, primarily life or physical sciences, either fail or switch to another degree, increasing to 60% when including pre-med students. And contrary to popular belief, it's not only because it's hard or competitive, it's because the students aren't passionate enough about the subject to stick through all the weeder courses. Or maybe everyone around them is stressed but not asking for help, so students who actually need help choose not to ask for it. This relates to mental health in the Bay Area. From 2005 to 2015, rates of depression among kids aged 14 through 17 increased by over 60%, but the percent of students reporting a need for help saw an increase of less than 15%. I felt this pressure too. I felt the pressure of taking AP classes I didn't want to take, or not going to office hours because everyone around me thought going to office hours meant you weren't smart enough to be in those AP classes. I saw friends pressured into majors they didn't enjoy, into doing extracurriculars just for the sake of boosting their resumes. So, how can a student push through this pressure, find themselves, and begin working hard for the right reasons? Start with developing attainable goals, focusing on a few things you love, and doing things for yourself rather than the sake of others. Let's start with goal setting. We all create New Year's resolutions. Some of mine include eating healthier and to stop procrastinating. But according to the Statistic Brain Research Institute, only 9% of people feel like they've actually achieved their resolutions, mostly due to the fact that the majority of people have trouble setting goals and achieving them successfully. So, as great as these dreams for the upcoming year are, they are not goals. Then what is a goal? Not a dream or a hope. Goals must be specific and measurable. For instance, there's a key difference between saying, I hope to eat healthier and I will lose 5 pounds in the next 3 months. One is vague and has no tangible milestone, the other is specific and measurable. Of course, we should all dream big, but start with goals that are realistic steps to take you one step closer to your dreams. It's most important to set goals you can actually achieve, especially when society sets unrealistic goals for everyone. For me, I started with lifetime goals. My dreams for where I want to be in 10 or 20 years to give me perspective as to where I should be now. Next, I broke down these big picture goals into 2 parts. Academic goals. What do I want to achieve in my career? What skills do I want to acquire? And what do I want to get out of higher education? Secondly, personal goals. The songs I want to learn to play on the piano, the places I want to travel, and more. Now you know how to set goals, but it's easy to think about what we want to do, and it is an entirely different process to accept trade-offs that come with the process of achieving them. Goal setting is not only about choosing the rewards you want to have in the future, but also the cost you're willing to pay. That brings me to a fun topic, opportunity cost. Yes, this exists in economics, but I want to talk about opportunity cost in real life. Life is always about priorities and values. When you choose to do something, you're giving up an alternate option. There's even an opportunity cost to watching this TED Talk. So keep in mind that every decision you make has hidden costs. And of course, no one can do everything. That points to the fact that we should focus on doing a few things we love. In my junior year of high school, academic obligations forced me to make a decision between the swim team and the marching band, between an activity that I thought would make me a more attractive candidate for college applications but didn't really enjoy, and an activity that I enjoyed but wouldn't help my future. At the end of the day, I chose marching band, and my choice led me to finish my high school career happily without regret and want to continue pursuing music in college. My opportunity cost for choosing marching band is that I wouldn't have time to be on the swim team, and that was something I was willing to give up. In your high school career and beyond, there will be many instances where you will have to make choices like these. What matters here is what kinds of things you prioritize. Another example would be choosing a major or choosing what classes to take. This normative influence can lead you to taking AP classes you aren't interested in or majoring in something you don't enjoy. Imagine your education filled with nothing but classes you had to take rather than classes you wanted to take. And even worse, you chose this path for yourself and closed off other opportunities you might have enjoyed more. Will the decisions you make leave you joyful in the long run? Take a minute and ask yourself if your goals and the activities you focus on are making you happy. If not, then start doing things for yourself and not for other people or external forces. As you can tell, the goals I talked about are goals I genuinely want to achieve, not ones that my parents, family, or friends might want for me. And because of that, I'm more motivated to commit to these goals. Rather than setting goals for the sake of setting them, set goals that motivate you and are important to you. Otherwise, at the end of the day, you can't be satisfied in your achievement of these goals. And the majority of my choices in life have been based on what will make me happy in the long run. Choosing marching band over swimming or choosing to take certain AP classes over others are only 2 examples of the many decisions I've had to make, and looking back, I have no regrets. Of course, disregarding external pressure won't get rid of the internal pressure that we all feel and have developed over the years. But the internal pressure to do more, be more, and get more done can be relieved. If you are doing the things you love, then this pressure will not discourage you, but motivate you. So now, pause for a minute and define your own personal best. For some of us, it'll be coming out on top, but for the majority of people, it will be trying our hardest. Stop conforming to others' expectations, set goals that align with your purpose and passions, and most importantly, understand that the process is gradual. And with that, I hope all of you find what makes you work hard for the right reasons. Thank you.